Yo, got something a little bit deep. Yo, check. Let me tell you a story of two brothers and how they lived. See, Danny was the eldest and little Eddie was just a kid. They did everything together till they started getting big. Then Danny made some new friends the same age as him. They were chilling all the time, drinking liquor and clubbing, meeting up with bitches, kissing and finger fucking. They'd all be smoking spliffs, passing the shit and puffing, sniffing a line of coke, then laughing like it was nothing. Then one night his friend Gabby offered a little heroin. He could have refused, but temptation got the best of him. He looked at his mate, spaced out sitting next to him. He picked up the foil, blazed it up and held his breath in. Pupils began to shrink as the drugs went to his lungs. It was the best he'd ever felt, way better than being drunk. Came around and sobered up, and he started feeling rough. So he went to score some more, and that was it. He was hooked, stealing to feed his habit. Greedy, evil and savage, he'd be thieving off his mother, even if she didn't have it. Things had got so bad even she couldn't seem to manage, so she kicked him to the streets, but in a week she let him back in. Eddie turned 17 and was missing his older brother. All he wanted was for them to kick it with one another. He caught Danny doing drugs, kept asking him what he did, but Danny was so fucked that he said he could take a hit. Regretted it when he did, cause Eddie became addicted. So they both started sitting together and getting twisted. They were chasing the beetle, then it changed to use a needle. Started mixing it with crack, combinations getting lethal. Danny would help Eddie wrap the belt around his arm and shoot it straight into his veins until all he felt was calm. They'd be sneaking out at night, prowling and robbing houses. There's nothing they wouldn't do just to get a £10 fix. One night they found a house, so they creeped past the shed, climbed through the kitchen window just to see what they could get. Danny sneaked upstairs, a couple sleeping in the bed. Then the husband woke up, so he beat him over the head. The guy's wife started screaming, so he squeezed her by the neck. There was blood everywhere, shit was leaking over the bed. They both ran down the road so they could make their way home. Agreed to keep it on the low and that they'd never tell a soul. But what they didn't know is that blood was on his coat, and he forgot to wipe his prints from the things he almost stole. But for the time being, they was too busy fiending, borrowed money off a friend, then went off to meet the dealer. The mum wasn't home cause she was working late and cleaning, and Danny went back out alone to do some more thieving. Came back later on, about 11:15, walked in the front door. That's when he saw his brother Eddie. He was sat in the front room, leaning back against the sofa. Danny thought he was sleeping till he moved a little closer. He was white as a ghost and his eyes were still kinda open, but you could see he wasn't breathing, just a body with no motion. See, Eddie had overdosed and choked on his own puke. Danny tried to revive, but there was nothing that he could do. It was too late to save him cause his lips had turned blue, but Danny was still trying for 20 minutes till he knew. He started thinking back to when they were both young and how he gave his brother drugs. Then he started going under. How could he find the words to explain to his own mother that it was all down to him and that he'd lost his only brother? Danny got scared, so left Eddie at the scene, then ran down into the woods to where nobody could see him. Tied a rope around his neck and wrapped the end around some trees. They both died the same night, two brothers that rest in peace.